What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter from Panda here. They say the pen is mightier than the sword. Whatever. But nonetheless, I still love pens. And this was by Karas Kustoms. I was actually on their website. They make a bunch of interesting stuff here. And I wanted to order something because, as you know, I love the Pilot G2 pen. This one's the 0.5. This is the ultra fine, I think, rollerball. Just a great, cheap pen. But I love dressing these up when I can use these refills. And this Karas Kustoms pen here actually should allow me to do it. Now, first of all, I wanted to show you that it's got this very retro style box here, which is really kind of cool looking. Wasn't expecting that. It's got kind of a retro style logo, almost looks like a Fiat logo or an Alfa Romeo, something like that. And so it just has a kind of a vintage look to it, which is pretty neat. It also comes with installation instructions. Everything here is a true unboxing, and this one's called the Retract. Ooh, give us a little American-made sticker in there too. This one's called the Retract because it has a retractable body, a button on the end here. I actually like those bolt action pens, but on a day-to-day, minute-to-minute basis, they aren't really that fun. I just like being able to hit a button and retract it. Now you can see here, it shows it using two different refills, and this is like that Parker style refill. Thinner spring, and it's a shorter body, so it has a spacer. This is the Pilot-like refill, thicker, wider spring. I won't say it's any longer or sturdier. It's just a wider spring to get over the neck here, but longer. You don't need the spacer with it. So that's what I'm hoping to do. Now, I will also say I pulled this one out because it's the 0.5, and that's what this said it needed. I actually like the 0.7 better, but 0.5 is fine. And here is the pen. And as you can see, oh my gosh, it's pretty nice looking. And we do have a little kit here with the spacer, which looks like it's a polymer or plastic maybe, and then the additional spring. And then here's the pen, and I think this looks pretty nice. Now, this one was called, oh my gosh, I should have looked at it. I think it was called like tumbled brass or something like that. As you can see, it almost looks like a shell casing. Just has kind of the spotted texture. Man, it is heavy though. This has some weight. It definitely almost feels a little bit like a tactical pen. You know, those pens with glass breakers and things like that in them. It is pretty weighty. Now, if you like that solid quality and that feel, then you're gonna really like this. I like the smooth edge here, so it doesn't have quite like a pencil body. It's just kind of a nice blended edge. You can see obviously the separation here between the two halves. We have knurling up here at the top, bolted in. Steel clip there, I'm assuming. And then we have what's kind of looks like a two-piece barrel of the clicker, and you can see clicks just like that. Man, it's got nice action. There's very little wiggle or play in there, and it's just a nice responsive click. It's almost like a pusher on a chronograph watch. It's pretty cool, nice and smooth. And you can see here when I hit it, you get that ball point that comes out this end. And now I want to show you here, they always wax up the tip there, and that should be the ball point. Now I'm going to unscrew it here. The gold typically is not my favorite color, but I will tell you, when I was on the Karas Kustoms website to buy this pen, I think they were clearing these out because of the material here. So this was a lot cheaper than some of the other ones. I think it was like 35 bucks on sale, so you can grab it on sale if you like. And here is the Pilot G2 refill that comes in it, and you can see here's the 0.5, so I don't even need to cannibalize this one to do that. So that is pretty awesome. So if you want to use that shorter Parker refill, you've got all the hardware to do it, but it actually comes, which I am surprised with, the Pilot refill, because it's a more expensive one. I'm not going to show you how well it writes, because I will tell you the Pilot pens write amazing, and they just have a high quality feel. They punch way above their weight class. You have to pay for much nicer hardware, much nicer brands to get kind of that nice writing style, and yet they're just regular everyday pens. You can get them inexpensive and use them at work or home or school or whatnot. And this is a great way to dress that up and give it some nice feel. One of the things about brass, and I'm not sure if this is really brass or not, but it tends to have an odor, and one of the things that I can tell you is that it does have a little bit of that smell, whether it's like, you know, you're familiar with brass trumpet hardware or whatever. I mean, brass fittings and pipes or whatever, you know, it does have a little bit of that brass smell. I'm not saying I can smell it from here, but when I put it right up to my nose, I can kind of smell it. And one of the things that happens, I think sometimes, is it wears off on your fingers. So if you're going to use this a lot during the day, I wouldn't be surprised to have a little bit of that smell on your fingers too. So that's kind of the trade-off, I think, of this material. But as you use it, wear it. Well, wear it in your pocket or something, but use it, and it gets worn out, and the oils get in it, and it kind of will probably get a nice sheen on it, maybe even age a little bit and have a patina. We'll see over time, but pretty nice little pen. And like I said, on the sale price that they were offering, I think a really great price for this, because it's always hard to find custom machined metal pens that have very easily accessible, proliferated and prolific refills like the Pilot. So check it out. I'll put a link to the description. Karas Kustoms, Peter Von Panda, out.